Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Shazana as your host and welcome to TV4 Malaysia Terkini. Today we're gonna talk and discuss how the COVID-19 is an impact on Malaysia. But first, let me introduce three guests for today. Firstly, we have Fatih Husna. He is a student from UNIMED. Say hello to our audience.
Hi everyone, my name is Fatin Husna and I am a student of Electronic Telecommunication Design from UNIMED Perlis.
Okay, next we have Miss Masturina, a nurse emergency of doing help people who affected with COVID-19 from Hospital Sultanabaya. And lastly, we have a successful, lively young business woman, Miss Noor Alia.
Hi
everyone.
I am so honored and taking an opportunity to thank you guys for coming for our show and want to share a little bit story for us. As we know, coronavirus disease 2019, or we simplify as a COVID-19, is defined as an illness caused by a severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2. It is the first identified amid an outbreak cases in Wuhan City, China, and it is spread out through the world, including Malaysia. Now we will talk about three fatal impacts that happen because of COVID-19. To start with Ms. Masturina, how is the condition in hospital?
The condition in hospital right now is totally a mess. This is because of the lack of staff in there. Therefore, the Ministry of Health (KKM) has submitted the application for the addition of 10,675 posts of involving staff of government, hospital and clinics throughout the country to the federal government in department. Apart from that, Malaysia has also started the COVID-19 immunization program, which is renamed as Malaysia Vaccine Support Volunteers. It is an initiative to assist frontliners in managing the vaccination process to the public.
I know it's difficult to control and treat all these patients who coming simultaneously as affected with COVID-19. Can I know how your team to start to implement and distribute work to treat the patients?
Okay, we perform our duties to the best of our ability and look after the welfare of the patients. By that, we had some good activities to make sure they could get rid of sadness of being away from family. However, we have a lack of infrastructure. COVID-19 cases has increased day by day. Therefore, we had to make sure the choice of prioritized ICU beds for patients with higher recovery potentials than patients whose low recovery. Because of that, the authorities gave permissions to use several of public halls to serve as quarantine and treatment centers to the low-risk patients. At the same time, special storage are also provided to store the bodies of COVID-19 patients before the burials to prevent the occurrence of corpses.
Okay, those words are very deep. We as a Malaysian people are trying our best to prevent the cases and hopefully the frontliners stay strong and we always support you. Meanwhile, we switch to the education, which is also a big impacting the student due to COVID-19. Ms. Fatin, I know that all the students are already started online classes. Even you as an engineering student who do the lab online, may I know what is the effect on student learning?
Yes, it is really tough when we as a student had to face the difficulties of online learning. Sometimes we felt really tired and because of online classes and our mental health is unstable. For almost 2 years, students can attend lecture class face-to-face in university because the classes immediately change remote teaching to video online platform. It is an avoidable situation and we have to face it. Some students are really slow learning, and it is kind of hard when learning from Google Meet or Zoom that took only 1 hour and a half. For example, if a student don't even sure if he or she really understand the learning, or the lecturer just give us a video learning without any question that we can ask, and with just the video, student have to understand by itself.
Okay, what about the education technologies used for your online learning? And what do you think this online learning also can affect parents that have a children in any range of a schools except for one that already in their university's levels and above?
Students currently use the online activities. For example, students answer the quiz or test using the website Kahoot or Quizzes and other online platform. For another question, as a sister of two siblings, I can relate that because from what I had seen, my parents had to focus more on my brother and younger sister studies, especially because they have to learn from home because of the movement control order MCO, and also was also closed due to spread of COVID-19. Uh, actually, the student no sorry actually parents had to adapt to a new technologies nowadays in order to keep an eye for their children. In addition, parents should not take this matter lightly and need to monitor their children's learning because the learning process is increasingly challenging, especially students in primary and secondary school.
Okay, we are moving on with Miss Alia, a businesswoman who also got the impact of condition COVID-19. What method do you use to grow more your business? As you can see, everything changed, including a business is started to use online business.
Yes, it's right. COVID-19 effect has changed the way of business now because everything is done by virtual or online. As we can see in the food industry that does not a physical store and can turn the home into a place for operation and can focus more on economical online marketing and use a GrabFood or Foodpanda for delivery service to deliver food to customer. Next, we need work from home. Work from home can bring a lot of distraction and we need a complete equipment to work. Okay, the outbreak of the COVID-19 become an unexpected business risk for many entrepreneurs. We need to reduce budget, loan, calculate the modal, cash flow, and debit planning for the business. Now, we can see that the impact of COVID-19 is effect in business sector, tourism industry, such as hotel and airlines. Therefore, many workers are suffering due to the possible of being fired. Besides that, many are suffering as reported that suicide cases are increasing every day around the world because of the financial stress.
Do you think that COVID-19 will give a positive impact?
Yes, it has a positive impact also. We can see that the industry in multimedia software, entertainment provider, online streaming such as Netflix, iTunes, YouTube, and telecommunication service such as TM and Maxis and others get more profit than before because of the coronavirus crisis.
Okay, we have seen different concerns of impact COVID-19 in Malaysia, especially in education, hospitality, and business sector. All of us, just in Malaysia, but not just in Malaysia, but all over the world, were affected and suffer due to this novel coronavirus. Although it's tough to live in this area of COVID-19 right now, we as a Malaysian need to show our full support of the MCO enforcement made by the government just to ease the burden of frontliners, especially medical personnel, in handling the increasing number of cases each day, even it is a straight and all of that effort just to break the chains of COVID-19. Now we finally reached the end of this show. I really want to say thank you for our panelists for joining us today on TV 4 Malaysia Terkini. I appreciate your time and I want to apologize if I had made any mistake during this talk. Again, thank you and please Malaysian stay safe if you don't have any necessary to go outside. Please stay at home.